Peace, peace, peace. How y'all doing? It's your boy, Sincere Seven, coming to you live and direct from the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, the Pad, Detroit edition, representing the House of Genesis. Yes, my peoples, I am back in Detroit. I've been back a couple days actually, but you know, I had been away from my baby so long. I ain't did work. I came back and I just been, with the family, with the babies and catching up, you know what I'm saying? Hey, where you been? I've been in California, Texas, Florida, just moving, I had a grand time. There's so much that I could talk about. So much that happened, so many amazing people I met, so many opportunities that opened up. I'm going to have to do a whole separate video on just my travels and what happened and where I went and everything that happened. It was awesome. It was great. It was dope. It was beautiful, and I'd be talking for hours if I started. So I'm just going to just say that's what that was. However, now coming back and doing a little cushion coffee with y'all, a little talk. I just got something on my heart that I feel like I need to address, that I think is better if I just address it publicly and allow people to, get in where they fit in. And that's just on these healing journeys. I just want to kick it about that a little bit, about what I see, what I experience, and how it makes me feel. Because keep in mind, it's not about me. It's not about me. But, however, I do feel like these things need to be shared as a concept, as an idea, as a mindset, right? And what I want to talk about is, where's your self-discipline when it comes to healing? Where's your self-discipline? I have quite a few clients in different areas of the U.S. and of course, when we dealing with these journeys, right? These healing journeys. First of all, this is not. So for me, it's not something that I take lightly. I've even started switching up how I take clients. I found that there's been a lot of FOMO within the snake venom. There's a lot of people who just kind of just fear of missing out. They're hearing about people doing it. They want to do it too. And that's okay. Snake venom is not one of those things where you have to have a disease or a ailment or something to be working on physically. That's not all the snake venom is about or used for. However, for me being a medicine man and that being one of the main reasons why a lot of people come to me for snake venom, taking on these clients that have these healing journeys. Because to be clear, anybody that wants to come and get snake venom, that's we can make that happen, right? But when I come across a client who has debilitating diseases, illness, and ailments in their bodies that need to be focused on, for me, this is a point where this needs to be taken serious. And there needs to be a journey that is approached with the intention of healing, okay? I need you all to think about what the ailment is that might be in your body, your loved one's body, your people's body, all right? I want you to take a minute and think about a couple things. One, the first question is, how long do you think that it took for this ailment, disease, to manifest within your body? From the time that those cells started to change, from the time that the growth started to happen, from the time that it started all the way to where you're at now, how long do you think it took to get where you're at now? By the time you go see the medicine man, the doctor, the healer, whoever it is that you go see, how long do you think it has been that ailment or disease has been growing in your body? That's the first question. The second question is, what actions do you think were taken to allow that ailment into your body? All right. Was it smoking that caused this ailment? Was it eating the wrong foods that caused this disease? Was it dealing with the wrong people in the wrong way? Right? How long did it take for this to get here? And what was done to create this issue? As far as I'm concerned, those two questions are very important in the mind of anybody who's coming to me as a client. Because if you're not willing to take, and I'm just going to throw something out there, at least a third of the time that it took for the disease, the ailment, to be created in your body, if you're not looking to take at least a third of the time to address it, I don't really want to work with you. The things that you did to create it, if you're not really willing to stop doing those things and maybe even start doing the opposite or the things that will reverse it, I don't really want to take you on as a client. Now, this is a challenge. And I just want to be very clear. It's also no, when I say it's a challenge, matter of fact, it is a challenge. Not also, it's a challenge to me, but it's also a challenge to and for you. And I know that. I understand that, right? If you've been drinking alcohol for the last 4-5 years, just getting drunk, going out and partying, and now you have a disease that is causing an ailment and you have to stop drinking, that can be very difficult. However, listen to this. I'm not judging, and I'm not here to judge, but I am saying at the time that you decide that you want somebody to take you serious and assist you, you have to also take yourself serious. If you're not ready to stop doing the things that got you sick, you're not ready to heal. And this is not oh, you don't deserve to heal. No. Understand, I'm using my words very cautiously. You're not ready to heal. So I invite you to get ready to prepare yourself, okay? And sometimes that is going on a fast. Sometimes that is getting away from certain people. Sometimes that is getting information that will change your thought processes about how you're altering things, how you're moving into things. So as a medicine man, as a healer, when I'm meeting people and they have these different ailments and we know that there's different things in their lifestyle that is contributing to these things, the first thing that I want is an agreement and an understanding that we have to stop doing those things. Why? Listen to this, y'all. Imagine hiring an individual to dig you a pool. Now, generally, listen to me, y'all. Generally, to dig a pool, it takes 2 to 3 days, right? Let's just say 1 day to dig it, 2 days to settle it, 3 days, right? But the equipment, the people, all of that is going to be like $300,000 to do that. Now, we have an individual who has the license to be able to drive, what do they call them, Little Jones? I can't believe I forgot. I didn't operate them. I ordered the big stuff. But they're the little things that dig up, right? All right, anyway, so we're going to use one of those to dig your pool. So we're going to save you like $45,000. This shit is going to cost $5,000 to dig it up. But you got to go in. It's going to take a little longer because it's a machine small. You're going to go in, dig, take it out. Go in, dig, take it out. Put it in a pile, right? You're going to do this all day. After 8-10 hours, he's going to shut down, leave the equipment there. He's going to go home. He's going to come back to do the same thing. It's going to take a week. Generally, this takes 2 to 3 days because we're using smaller equipment. It's going to take a week. I dig in the first day. Boom. I got 10% of that shit done. It's first day. Didn't do a whole lot. Came in the second day. Boom. Knocked out 20%. We had like 30%. I come back the next day, and somebody has filled the pool back in like 10%. I was at 30%, but somebody last night filled the hole back in with sand, 10% back up. So now we're back at 20%. Oh shit. I don't know what happened, but all right, cool. I come in, I knock out 20%. We at 40. I go home, I come back the next day. Somebody done filled this in 15%. We're back at 25%. As the individual who's been hired to dig that hole, you go to the homeowner and say, yo, the first day I didn't say nothing because I thought maybe did it up, but you know what I'm saying? I just came today and that was filled back in like 15%. Do you know what the fuck is going on? Yeah, well, last night I cheated and I just decided to just, but just a little bit. Okay, all right, well, please don't do that. You leave, you come back, somebody filled it in 5%. How long are you gonna do this? How long are you gonna continue to work when somebody is working against you? Then when you go to get assisted protection on what you're working on from those who own it, come to find out they're the ones who are working against you. Conceptualize that, y'all. So it's very important that I just get to y'all to understanding that when you have an ailment, a disease, anything within your body causing you harm, and you have a harm reduction specialist such as myself working to reduce the harm, you got to work with me, baby, not against me. And I know it's difficult. I know there's life changes. I know you got to give up things that you want. I know that you have to start doing things that you tend to not really want to do, whether it be more exercising, more going out in nature, more working out, right? More getting your body to generate the energy that's needed to heal when it comes to that part, right? Taking the different medicines. Listen, y'all, let me speak on this for a second. Yes, I am the snake venom practitioner. Yes, I am the snake venom practitioner trainer. Yes, I specialize in sacred animal medicines. But understand, as a healer, as a medicine man, my mode of operation is healing with the kingdoms. The animal kingdom might be my passion, but it's not the all in all. You don't come to me and get snake venom and that's it. That's another thing. When people come to me and be like, oh, I have this, that, and the other. Can you give me snake venom? Yes, I can. Why did you start with the first sentence? I have this, that, and this. Can you give me snake venom? Hold on. Ask me that question without telling me all of that. Hey, can you give me snake venom? Yes. All right. That's it. Now, why did you feel the need to tell me I have this, this, and this? People do it all the time. I have this, I have this, I got this. Ooh. Can you give me snake venom? Wait, what the fuck? Why are you telling me what to give you? Do you want snake venom or do you want health healing from your disease and your ailments? And to tell the truth, most of the time they just want snake venom. Because there's nothing to do. You just sit there and you get it and it's cool. Snake venom is not the all in all, y'all. Yes, I will give you snake venom. No, I'm not giving it to you for this, that, and the other. You're getting snake venom because you want snake venom. I'm telling you, as a practitioner, I'm not giving you snake venom because you have this, that, and the other. That was how you entertained yourself in coming into doing snake venom. Because if you were really serious about getting rid of this, that, and the other, then you would come to me and say, hey, I heard you're a healer. I have this, that, and the other. How do I get rid of it? How do I handle that? How do I heal it? And I would say, oh, well, first we need to get your mineral content in these levels to this point. Because we need to ensure that your foundational levels are where they're at before we can start adding things on that are supposed to do things to help you heal. Because those things do things to help you heal, but they need foundational things to help them do things. So first, let's detox you, get you clean. Second, let's get your mineral content to where it's supposed to be. Third, let's make sure that we are including your plant medicine, your herbal regimen. Snake venom is not a replacement for your herbal regimen. Snake venom is an assistant to a team. A team, you need the minerals, you need the plants, okay? Plants are the oldest known form of medicine. Whatever you're dealing with physically, there are plants to help support it, and they should be being used for at least 90 days. Stop playing with your herbalists. Stop playing with your herbalists. If you're going to go to them, first of all, if you go to a herbalist for any reason at all, when you talk to them, you need a 90-day supply. If you are not going to follow the 90-day usage, don't go see the herbalist. Stop wasting these people's time and your money. Oh yeah, I ask people, oh, you have this ailment. Have you done anything to try to rid yourself of it? Oh yeah, I went on an herbal. Okay, well, how did that go? Oh, it didn't work at all. How long did you take them? Like 3 weeks? I'm sorry, say what? 3 weeks. So you've been doing what you've been doing for 3 years to cause this disease, and you thought that the herbs was gonna knock it out in 2 weeks. Shawty, 3 weeks is not even a full moon cycle. You've not even given your body the ability to familiarize and adjust itself to the use of the herbs. That's the first month. That's the first month. That's the first month. So 90 days minimum. Now, with that, I invite you to also support your system with the fungi kingdom. This is one of the newestly discovered informational wise and knowledge wise as far as healing goes. But let me give you understanding. When I was in school, I'm 45. When I was in school, they thought fungi was part of the plant kingdom. 30 years ago, they thought fungi was part of the plant kingdom. So this is a new and evolving knowledge and understanding, okay? Now, fungi outnumbers plants 7-1. There are 7 types of fungi for every one type of plant that you can find on this planet. So if you catch what I'm saying, if the majority of our healing, our alternative healing, comes from plant medicine, probably 80% comes from plant medicine. There's a plant for everything, but for every plant, there's 7 fungi. So imagine the healing potential that lies in the fungi kingdom. And there's a lot of them that are already known. So the different ailments, diseases, and challenges that you might have in your body, we also go and get the fungi to support the healing. So we got your mineral content good. Now we're doing the plant medicine to get your body to start responding. Now reinforcing it with the fungi. Now we are also doing snake venom, scorpion venom, Cambo secretion from the frog, right? Bufo, maybe, if it's something psychological, right? But now we're in the animal kingdom. Now, the animal kingdom is a lot more powerful. It is a lot more stronger. A lot of people complain about the herbs because I got to do it for 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. And the plant medicine, the fungi medicine start working in a couple weeks. The animal medicine starts working immediately. So people think that's all I need. It's not. This is a team, okay? And then finally, we have the kingdom of man, okay? And a lot of people think that the kingdom of man medicines are bullshit, are worthless, are a waste of time. And what they really don't realize is as you go up from each one of these kingdoms, the actual medicines get more powerful. So the mineral kingdom is the lowest. The plant kingdom is more powerful than the minerals. The fungi is more powerful than the plants. The animals more powerful than the fungi. And yes, the kingdom of man medicines are more powerful than all of those. But let me give you the secret to this healing with the kingdoms. As you go up those levels, so does the consciousness within those entities. Minerals don't have a consciousness. They are one with the earth. They don't have their own mind. They are one with the earth. Understand what I'm saying? So if it's a rose quartz, it does what rose quartz does. It don't want to be a different stone. It don't have no knowledge, no different stone. It don't care about no different stone. It don't have no consciousness. It don't have no desires. It just is the representation of that part of the planet. The plant kingdom, the next kingdom up, has a desire to express itself. It expresses itself. It has the understanding and the knowledge from a certain part of the planet, a certain part of the earth. It grows from a certain place on the earth from the time that it sprouts to the time that it dies, with the exception of a couple different plants. We have a couple different plants that walks the planets, walking trees, different things like that, where over a slow time they will move, right? So that's an exception. But outside of that, the plants express themselves from where they come from. So they represent that part of what, that's why certain plants grow in certain conditions. Certain plants grow in the mud, certain plants grow in the forest, certain plants, they are representation of literally that part of, okay? So the consciousness is to express itself. Everything else it does automatically. Then when you go up to the fungi kingdom is of the earth, but it travels through the earth. Remember, fungi travels through the planet. It seeks out, it learns, it desires, it presents, right? It alters, and all of these things. So the fungi has a higher consciousness, a higher character, and it has desires. Now, when we get to the animal kingdom, boom, even more powerful, but even more consciousness. It's chasing things. It's running from things. It wants to eat this. It wants to mate with that. It has a lot of consciousness, which is why there's a lot of character growth and development that comes with it as well. What do I mean? I mean, that woman, she has a hard time speaking her voice and protecting her boundaries and speaking up for herself. And she's, and then she takes some snake venom. And then that same person touches her. She says, stop, stop. Listen, I said stop. I'm not going to tell you again. Whoa, they've never done that before. Yeah, that's the character growth and development from the snake, right? But with that also comes consciousness. I have desires. I want to do things. I want to be things. I want to be rich. I want to be pretty. I want to be accepted. I want. This is consciousness and desire, which can get in the way of what? Spirit. Which is why plant medicine takes you directly to spirit, such as ayahuasca. But those mushrooms, they hit or miss. I might go through something spiritual, or the mushrooms might say, hold on, I want to go through something. I want to hop in your body, and I want to feel what it feels like to be in a body and move. I want to, I want to do, I've been gatekeeping for a long time. Don't tell me what the fuck I don't be seeing. Everybody don't go through something spiritual through every single part of their trip. There's a lot of the actual fungi and mushroom expressing itself from that person. Or they'll just totally separate each other. You go into the interdimensional realms and go on a trip, and I'm going to stay here and play with your body. That's why people will come back and they'll be talking about, I was here going through this and and blase split. And I'd be like, your consciousness wasn't, your consciousness and spirit was, but your body was flipping and screaming and dirring and laughing. And you're like, what? Really? I don't remember none of that. The mushrooms was doing it. You was somewhere else. The mushrooms don't know what you was doing, and you don't know what the mushrooms are doing. Consciousness. So with the snake venoms, same thing. So where am I going with this? When we get to the kingdom of man, it is some of the most powerful medicines. But the problem is consciousness is connected. And so man's ability to think reality is one of the most powerful medicines, right? But 70% of the time it's used as a nocebo. So imagine you taking all the herbs, all the minerals, all the plant medicine, all the fungi medicine. You get in the car to go home. The person's giving you a ride says, yo, what'd you just do? Yeah, he gave me some plants and some mushrooms and some animal shit and, talk about some minerals. Yo, so what you think, man? Ain't none of that shit finna work. Automatically, you have just overpowered all of that power. That's how powerful you are. So that's why, me personally, I won't work with clients who don't have placebo. If you're practicing nocebo, you will not see me. Okay? If you feel like, oh, this shit ain't gonna work, but I'll do it. No, you won't do it. Not with me. No, I need you to know that this is gonna work because I don't want you working against me. Which is how this whole thing started out. Are you working against your healer, your practitioner, your provider? You should be working as a team. And there should be a team of things going on. So that's what I mean, y'all. How focused are you on healing? How focused on your healing are you? Right? Are you sabotaging your own healing through your thoughts, through your actions, through your diet? Come on, right? And when we talk about actions, because I talked about diet when we started talking about placebo, the mental, but you can't be healing and you nasty. Nasty disposition, you're angry at the world, you all that type, it's not gonna work. Which is why some people have to go through entheogenic works before they go into healing. Which is why some people are reported being healed in entheogenic works. There are reports of people going on an ayahuasca trip, going on a peyote trip, going on whatever type of trip and coming back, and what disease that they had when they went, they were told in the trip, in those realms, that they've been healed, and went to come find out they are healed. And then they'll come to me, or they'll have people who have heard these stories that will come to me and say, hey, I have cancer, will you give me ayahuasca? Wait, what? Wait. Again. Stop. Oh, okay. No, I'm not telling people to do. I invite you all to not self-medicate. Don't go to somebody and say, hey, I got this, I need this. Hey, I got this, I need this. I think that if your practitioner is really experienced in the realms that they're in, if you sit down and tell them everything you have and what you're going through, they will be able to tell you what you need. Because the majority of the time when people come tell me what they have and then ask me for what they want, and then I look and I go, yeah, I'll give you that, but I mean, not for that. Well, what do you mean? Well, for that, I would do all of this and I would break it down. And then they'd be like, well, I heard this do that, so I just do that. And that's what I be saying when people say to me, hey, have you ever worked on somebody who's done this? Have you ever worked on somebody who had this? Have you ever worked? And I'll be like, all right, hold on. Before I answer this, let me give you an understanding. Me working with a client and me administering are two different things. I have administered to hundreds of people. Have I administered somebody that has your disease? Most likely, yes. Have I worked with somebody who has your ailment or disease? That's a whole nother question. That's a whole nother discussion, because most people just want to come and do what they want to do. Now, I am an individual who says, I'm bringing back sovereignty. Here you go. I'm bringing back sovereignty to the healing spaces. You go to the doctor, they be like, oh, you got this, that, and the other. You need to do this. Here, take this. It's like, what the it's gonna make me sick. That's here. Then take this to battle that. And wait, like, all right, this is my only No. You got choices, you got options. We bring sovereignty back. So when I'm dealing with my clients, my peoples, I'm telling them, this is the journey that I would advise for you. You need to do all of this often, this. And then they say, I don't want to do that, and because I don't do this, so I don't want to do that, and I don't want to take that because I'm a vegan and I don't deal with animal medicine, so I don't want to do that. So I'll do this. And then I say, okay. And I support them in their journey. You see what I'm saying? But when they ask me, like, how do you feel? If they ask me, how do you feel about it, I'll tell them the truth. You know, I think that you might get some relief from it, because I don't think this is going to be covered. Everything that was said that is needed is there's a reason why. This is to stop the cells from regrowing. This is to kill the ones that are already there. This is to go and get the ones that go dormant. You got to address that part too. Now, the whole time we doing that, you can only do this every 2 weeks. So in between that time, you need to take these, which will keep that at bay until we can do this again. Now, while you doing all that, we need to make sure that these levels is at here. And so we're going to do this to boost this up. And now this gives a lot more ability for this to happen. It's a whole science to this shit. Well, I'm just going to do this. All right, cool. Cool. You know what I'm saying? And then sometimes I'll be like, well, you don't have to do that then. Well, I mean, I want to do something. Well, you just want to do something. You know, I really want to take care of everything. You just want to do something. Oh, well, you know, there you go. We ain't got to work together. You just want to do something. Man, go get that from so-and-so. They got it. Mama, well, she don't go by Mama Tashima no more. Masha. She got the goddess herbal shack on 6 Mile. You go get some herbs from her. More, the Moors, more, what's the name of that? More herbal shop. He do the water and the sea moss and the elderberry and the smoothies, all of that shit. Like, go up on 7 Mile, you know what I'm saying? Boom. Up on 9 Mile in Woodward, they got the natural patch. You can get your healthy eating on, all that. I ain't got to waste your money and you ain't got to waste my time. I ain't got to waste your time and you ain't got to waste my, you know what I mean? That's how I look at it. If you serious about it, everything needs to be at play. The diet needs to change. The mindset needs to change. There needs to be a regimen of different things that you're doing. And if you're not going to take none of it serious, then why should anybody take you serious? How focused are you on your healing? Because after all, it's your healing. I'm not the type that is going to let you come and just be doing stuff and wasting money and ain't really no point in it. I didn't turn to, I had somebody came and told me they need to take ayahuasca. I had the money on, this and this and that. Well, hold on, let's have a conversation. What's going on? Come to find out they had just went through a divorce like 2 months before, had been married for like 50 years type shit, and was just going through. It was just, I'm like, man, you're not spiritually fucked up. You depressed. You don't need ayahuasca. You need a conversation, man. You know what I'm saying? Nah, put that up. Like, and the dude's pressing me, trying to get out. I'm like, I'm not trying to give you ayahuasca because you're depressed right now. Like, because you get what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, all right. You need ayahuasca to get that spirit right apart. What spirit? It's not a spirit. You're depressed. You should be. Sit on that. You're mourning the loss of a relationship, your wife, the love of your life for 40, 50 years. Man, you don't need to alter states of consciousness. You need to feel that and then come out of that. You're right. You know what I'm saying? There's different ways to approach things, and we don't just throw stuff at anything because sometimes it could do more damage. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not going to change the situation, right? Now, if she had died, then maybe. But she's still here. You can have a conversation. You can make amends. You can become cool. You can fix all the stuff that was jacked up. There's different ways to approach different things. And then there's also different medicines for different people. That's another thing. Everybody ain't meant to do mushrooms. Some of y'all been disassociating all your life. You going through different things, and while those things are happening, you disassociating. You don't need to disassociate. You need something to bring you back into your body. You need San Pedro. You need what's that shit where they tie you up? Shibari. You need some what? The shit to bring you back into your body, make you become aware of who, and get you a relationship with your body because you don't have one. You kept abandoning it. And then there's the opposite. There's those people that no matter what they was going through, no matter how tough it was, they ain't never fainted, they ain't never disassociated. And when they was getting beat, they was counting the licks. And those of us, we might need to get up out of here for our healing. We need to let the body go. We need to escape. We need to get, that's why I can go in on 10, 15, 20. It's nothing. because out there feels so much more comfortable than the things that I experienced here. See, out there I can go and I can get out because I'm not. If those of y'all seen me at the biohacking conference in the video, and I was talking about putting those goggles and the headphones on and being in my body, and that thing taking me out and me having to struggle with that, and then that lady hitting my leg and me, oh, and all of that, right? Because I was in my body and I was ready to defend my body because I'm aware and I stay in my body. And so that is a challenge. That's where the fighting and the aggression, all of that, because it's like, this is my body. I'm in it. Like when I was young, what I went through, I was aware, I felt it, and I don't want to, and I'm not going to allow, right? So getting into 7, 10, 15 grams of mushrooms, you get out your body. The thing that I've had to guard and that I've been paranoid and uncomfortable about, I get to let that shit go. I ain't never disassociated. That's not my style. So now I'm just letting it go, but I'm still consciously in the realms that is comforting to me. That's the space for me to heal that. Well, that's why that healed my PTSD, that first 7-gram mushroom trip. That's not for everybody. Every soldier that come around like, hey, Seven, you said you cured your PTSD with the mushrooms. I want to do them. Boom. Maybe not. You might need ayahuasca instead. You might need cactus instead. Healing is a custom experience. I want y'all to remember that. I'm going to put that on the shirt. Healing is a custom experience. I don't do that cookie cutter shit. Oh, come on. All right, welcome to my center. You ready? All right, this is what you're going to do. You're going to do some Cambo right now. Then we're going to do ayahuasca. Then tomorrow you're going to do ayahuasca. Then in the morning we're going to do Bufo. That's what everybody do. Y'all ready? All right, this is the weekend. Wait, what? The fuck? I've heard it. And then there's 50 people in this place. 50 people taking ayahuasca 2 nights in a row and then taking Bufo the next morning. Yeah, all right. I need some video cameras around here because I'm telling you right now, every other motherfucking ceremony they have is the issue. I'm willing to bet donuts to dollars on that. Healing is custom. And if your healing journey isn't customized, you know, I invite you to just make sure it's what you think it needs to be. You know, so take your healing seriously, y'all. If you really about it, be really about it. Dedicate yourself 90 days, at least 90 days, whatever you're going through, you know what I'm saying? Especially if it took, you know what I'm saying, some years for it to develop. Come on, brother, y'all not finna do one snake venom ceremony and then it should be done. And it's happened. Some people have, but that's not how we're approaching it. We're not approaching it like that. You know what I'm saying? And on some real talk, to those people who have had situations and did 1 or 2 and then it was gone or it was relieved, or I invite you to finish the journey anyway, because it's not all about the physical. There's a lot of spiritual things that take place in those 90 days where you are changing your actions. There's a lot of character and growth development. Listen, basic training in the military was 2 months, y'all. That's 60 days. In 60 days, we turn young boys into soldiers. They, not we, right? In 60 days. So imagine what happens when you give yourself 90 days. Imagine the spiritual growth. Imagine the growth in characteristics. Imagine the health. Even if you took care of the element, imagine what you're doing to your physical body, because why did your body allow you to come into that? Remember, our immune system keeps us safe. It keeps us healthy. It fights these things off. So once you get a disease, an ailment, some type of challenge within your body, that means that your immune system has been compromised to the point where things can start happening. That happened is not the focus. Once we fix that happened, now let's get our immune system back to where it's supposed to be, because that ailment was never supposed to be able to take place in your body anyway. But we don't think about that because we don't take the journeys serious. Y'all don't take the journeys serious. You know what you take serious? What is that shit when the diagnosis? That's what y'all take serious. That's what I see. People take diagnosis serious. That's where it ends at. And they walk around with the seriousness of the diagnoses. We'll announce it to somebody. Yeah, they told me I have so and so and so. Let somebody laugh when you say that. Yeah, I just left the doctor and they said I got so and so. Hell no. Why are you laughing? This is serious. Oh, 2 days later, they doing something to show that they're not serious about it. Peace be with you, Remy. Peace be unto you, right? So this is what I'm talking about. Start taking your journey serious, not just the diagnosis. Are you going to approach it? Are you going to battle? Are you going to fight? Because if so, then do it. If not, I'm going to tell you right now, I've had situations where something came up. I told my family, don't even worry about it, man. I'm satisfied. I did what I came to do. I ain't tripping. I'm good, and did absolutely nothing to address it. So with that being said, I'm not finna be, oh, well, you know, I ain't eating that right now. Let me get some of that. Yeah, hey, shots. Let me get a piece of that cake. I'm not on no healing journey. I don't care. And that's okay. Y'all judge people on that type shit. I don't. My thing is make a decision. But if you do take it serious, you're like, oh, no, I don't want that. I don't want to have, I don't want to. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, you don't? All right, well, let's take this shit serious. And that should reflect in your actions, your diet, how you operating, right? Pick a path. Either be serious or don't. Don't present yourself like you serious and you telling people you doing everything but then, oh, I'm gonna have a cheat day and I'm gonna eat this food that's gonna be destructive and feed what's fighting me. Imagine saying, I need you to help me get these enemies off my land. And then the next day you bring them all Kentucky Fried Chicken and German chocolate cake and you feed all of the enemy. I had literally cut off all phones, all transportations. They didn't have no DoorDash, no stores, no way to get no food. We was at a week. Them boys was about to start getting weak. They was hungry. You just came and fed them fried chicken and German chocolate cake. They hyped in the motherfucker, and now I gotta fight it. But that's the same thing. Are y'all serious about your healing or not? Usually, I say, and in my videos, would tell somebody you love them in the language that they could understand it in. Tell yourself you love you in the language your body can understand it in. Peace.